King, Mike in the night, and the Gemini crew. Mike into the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Mike into the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Let's just talk about the world, give this page another turn, 'cause you're here with us tonight. Everything's alright when you're here with Mike in the night. Mike in through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Giving the world light when you're here with Mike in the night. Mike in through the night, you're here with Mike in the night.
So let's just talk about the squirrels.
So let's just talk
Page
about
another
the
turn.
world, 'cause you're here with us tonight. Mike in through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Mike in through the night, you're here with Mike in the night. Let's just talk about the world, give this page another curl, 'cause you're here with us tonight.
Good morning, good evening, good night. Where watching this transmission is I, Mike Martins, broadcasting from Merritt, British Columbia. Did I say my name was Mike Martins? It's Mike Martins. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I just had to turn that off before. Basically, I get flagged for... Okay, woo! Metal Gear is in the house. Watching tonight. Etal style for life in the house, I say. Okay, guys, what do we got going on, man? Guess we got a lot going on. I just wanted to do, honestly, I'm going to be really frank. I wanted to do a Mike in the Night test tonight. Just a test. Because I basically got a better computer than the one I have. So I moved a few things around, moved some RAM around, and then put the other computer back there for my son to use. So I'm just giving this new computer a try. I want to make sure it runs smooth. I want to make sure the Skype works. I want to make sure everything's kind of in line, right? I spent like 5 hours setting this stupid thing up. Then you got to go to the OBS and then set up the capture, and man, it just takes forever. That's why everything is saved, so you don't have to go back and redo stuff again. So we got Justin S. in the house. How you doing, brother? And yeah, so this is just a test of Mike in the Night. So I'm going to go a few articles here. Maybe I got my Skype turned on, see what you guys are up to. You know, Stephen Williams is on. I mean, I want to see if I can get him on the show. Maybe he's on Skype. It's really late there. I'm not sure why he would have a Skype on, but JMTV is in the house. JMG TV, sorry, JMG TV is in the house. Yeah, tell me who's get in the comments there. Let me know if you're on Skype. If you guys want to add me on Skype, please add me on Skype. Okay, there's a few people kind of taking care of some business for me. Yeah, taking care of business every day. Guys, some channel news, guys. Everything's going smoothly on the channel. Mike in the Night is going well. It's growing fast, Mike in the Night. Trends in the housing market, 3 years and 4 years still going. Guys, tomorrow morning, when I wake up, we're going to do Can't Read Market Talk. I'm very interested to see where silver's at. JMTV sent me $2.79 in Super Chat. And I'm probably going to use that money to buy coffee tomorrow. Woo! Thank you. Guys, if you want to support this transmission... Oops, that's a flock of seals. Don't forget to support me on Patreon, $1 a month. I want to see if I can get like 800 people donating $1 a month. And that would put me at a good position for just... I do this 50 hours a week. It's tough. It's really tough, you know? Shane is in the house. JMTV says, get that coffee, my guy. Nathan Mouse says, no notification. Shane Carwin says, Mike Martins, can you guess what 2-bedroom condos in your buildings are selling for? Tell me, buddy, or leave me a link. Brentwood area, 2-bedroom. Okay, what are they selling for? $5 million? So I'm testing out this new computer, guys. Nobody panic. Nobody panic if it something goes wrong. Computer's not new, but it's good. Guys, don't forget to check me out on The Dirty. Holy crap. I got more comments on here than like Mary Tyler Moore or like Madonna or anything. There's so much here. I have more. I'm not kidding. There's like 87 comments. You go to a dirty post of Kanye West, it's got like 11 comments. You go to a dirty post of the Kardashians, they got like 5-10 comments max. I have 87 comments on here. Attention, Merritt. The Merritt molester, Mike Martins, is back at it again. Police cars were at his shop all week. Looks like he was back at molesting again. Keep your children away from this monster. Stay away from the Merritt Toys and Games. Merritt Toys and Games is my store. Yeah. Donaire saying housing in PEI has gone up 30% in the last 3 years. It has. I've been covering PEI, been covering Nova Scotia, I've been covering Halifax, I've been covering those areas because 1 in 6 homes are owned by foreign investors, 1 in 6. And 1 in 2 homes are owned by Torontonians, people from BC, people from coast to coast. Because affordability levels are just not there, guys. Affordability levels are not, well, they're in PEI, but they're not in Toronto and Vancouver. And I had the Raven on the other day. He told me that in Murderpeg there, Winnipeg, he said that that it's going pretty good there for pricing. Pricing's going up. So it's got potential there. So I'm on The Dirty, guys. Don't forget. Let's look over some Zero Hedge articles, see what the heck's going on. So, guys, I got my Skype turned on. If you want to add me on Skype, it's Mike Martins 1980. It's Mike Martins 1980 on Skype. Add me on Skype, guys. Even add me just in case you want to send me a message or something. Or you can message me on Patreon. I get it like this special notification. Wages haven't changed in 40 years. I did a... See, for most American workers, real wages haven't budged in nearly decades. So, Canada's the same thing. Here it is. Here's the current dollars. Here's the recession. Here's the constant dollars, guys. You have this delta of human labor, okay? And wages are down here and human labor's up here. Our human labor has been going up, even in countries that are green, even non-industrial countries. Whether we're working in the service sector, wherever we're... Human labor has gone up. We are working more than we ever did, believe it or not. But we're making a lot less than we have. So wages haven't moved. In 1964, at $2.50 an hour, let me tell you something. You could do a lot more with $2.50 an hour in 1964. Okay. Wages are too low. Justin S. says, in my opinion, ZH sells fear. So there was that article. Watch this. Average hourly wages. Average hourly wages in Canada have barely budged in 40 years. Same thing. So it's the same thing over and over and over again. Someone's telling me in the comments, someone that's in Hong Kong is asking me to look up Hong Kong prices for hotels. They got to be dirt cheap. So we'll look up hotel prices in Hong Kong. Let's see what a hotel price in Hong Kong. Let's go to Expedia. $364 a night, $650 Canadian night. That's a lot of money. Well, some of them are $193, but this is like $788 Canadian a night in Hong Kong. Oof. So my buddy that told me this, here we go. By price. Here we go. Snooze Capsule Hotel, $18 per night. Pandora. Oh, he wants me to look at them on Agoda. This is hotels.com. I'm not sure where that's at. Here we go. Agoda. So, Hong Kong. Whatever. Search. All right, let's see what the prices are right now in Hong Kong. $31 Canadian, $18 Canadian. Wow. $33 Canadian. So you could stay in Hong Kong in a place like this by transit for $33 Canadian per night. And $33 Canadian is worthless. It's like $21 American or something. You know, it's worthless. Oh my God, look at this 5-star Jordan, Hong Kong hotel, 5-star presidential suite. Whoa, $58 Canadian, dude. Whoa, they'll leave you. You know what? Work in Hong Kong and fly to your job in Canada. It'll be cheaper to live in Hong Kong right now. Like right now it is. The Ramada, 31 Canadian. There's another 5-star Metro Park Hotel, Mong Kong, $60. Wow, there's some for under like $80. There's some for $20 too. This one's got a pool. Yeah, you know, if I was single, I'm not kidding. If I was single, I'd go to Hong Kong. If I was single, living alone type of thing, and I had my business and it was running well, I just book a flight and go to Hong Kong for a week or two, see what's going on down there. So, average hourly wages in Canada have not barely budged in 40 years. Guys, it's the stagnation of wages. We are working more than ever. We totally are working more than we ever did in human history, even during war effort. But this delta is just not moving up. The average, the highest minimum wage in the Commonwealth is Australia. I think it's $21 an hour. But $21 buys you, I think, like $12 American. Maybe less. So, tit for tat, right? Okay, who do we got here? Nathan Mouse says LOL. Donaire says wages are very low. In my opinion, ZH sells... Okay, Zero Hedge. I still like the site, though. Have a look at them and Agoda, Mike. I did. James Deegan says it's not just low wage. It's the fact that most jobs nowadays are casual. Yeah, you don't get anything with benefits. You don't get anything with the package unless you're running a CEO of a company and you're promised everything under the sun to get you employed. You know, to get you. Back in the day, it was so hard to find employees that they would give these people packages and the packages. They would give people everything. They bend over hand over fist to give people whatever they had back in the days, in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. That's why they offered these baby boomers all these packages to employ them. So we got the Spark Jive in the house saying, the sound and video are really good tonight, Mike. Yeah, so I'm just testing out this new computer. I really hope, it's not new. Some guy came to the store and wanted to sell his old gaming PC. And I took a look at it. I went through it. Blew it out with that condensed air. Looked at it. Did a benchmark test or a bench test online. And it's like 5 generations newer than the one I was using here before. So it's 5 gens newer. And it's got 32 gigs or 30, yeah, 18 and 18. Yeah, 32 gigs of RAM. And DDR4. So I'm happy with this. It's very fast. It's clean. It's got a 2 terabyte hard drive. The guy just said, I'm like, how much do you want for the computer? I mean, I'm not really in the market for a computer. I could use one for my show. He's like, yeah, you got a YouTube show. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how much do you want for the computer? He's like, oh, just give me $100 for it. $100? Okay. I was going to give him like 400 for it. It's got this huge tower. It's got 5 fans on it. It's got a water cooler in it. So you might see glitches because it's saying here my streaming power is low. So it's saying here that I'm having a tough time connecting to the streaming network through YouTube. So if you see any glitches, guys, it's not me. I promise you, it's not me. It's just YouTube is doing this. So it's not me. I promise. So it's flashing red. When it flashes red, it usually indicates to me that I'm having a problem right now with the connection, but it's not my connection. It's usually on their side for some bizarre reason. Yeah, $100. Open borders are fine as long as I get my pension check. So, boomers say, open borders are fine as long as I get my pension check. Sure. As long as you're taken care of, you know. It's now or never. I'm doing Uber. I feel useless that I don't have a proper job. Love your videos, Mike from Sydney. Dude, you need to add me on Skype. It's Mike Martins 1980, okay? You need to contact me and tell us what you're doing in Uber. Sometimes you could even, if you have data, you could actually stream while we're doing a show, and we could show parts of Sydney for people, and you could give us a tour of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Remember, guys, this is our show. It's Mike in the Night, but this is for us, you know? Valentini Rossi says, open border is fine, and you made that statement because you are an illegal. I'm not an illegal. I'm a Canadian citizen. I'm dual citizen, Canadian, Portuguese citizen. And if they want me out of here, no problem, man. I'll sell all my assets. I'll get out of here. Quick in a heartbeat. Oh, working on it as an Uber driver in Edmonton. Yeah. And Valentini Rossi, I said that because someone said that in the comments. Someone else said that in the comments. Yeah, working on it says, I'd leave to the United States of America immediately. Yo, working on it. You want to call me on Skype? I haven't had you in a while on the show. I hope you're doing okay. Valentini Rossi says, okay, but no open border, said Trump. Also drive a rock truck full-time in an oil camp. So you don't... How can you not make enough money to live driving a rock truck? You gotta be kidding me. Like, where did I miss the memo? Like, when people don't make enough to live. It's like, I've been working for myself for so many years, and I don't go into debt. I keep it simple. Guys, just so you know, I am not an illegal alien in Canada. I am not illegal in Canada. I make good money, $26 an hour. So $26 an hour. Let's open our buying power calculator. All right. Okay, let's go with 26 bucks an hour. You said 26 an hour. That used to be like $2 an hour. Today, $2 an hour from 75% has a relative project worth of $25.33. Yeah, that's what in 1975. I think the average teacher made. I think it was like $4.50 an hour. So here it is. Today, $4 from 1975 it has a relative project. Oh, sorry, $4 an hour, 1975 is relative income worth of $33.24. So it's less. Man, we don't make enough money, man. We have to make. Okay, that's in 1975, right? $3 an hour. The average wage for a kindergarten teacher was. I'm getting my calculator, guys. It was 17.5 divided by 12. It's $148.58. $1,458 a month. Yeah. So in 1975, $1,450, okay, it's $12,050 a month today. So teachers in 1975 could basically buy their house, pay it off, buy their car, pay it off, buy their cottage, pay it off, buy some land, pay it off, buy a house in Italy, pay it off, buy a boat for the cottage, because they're in today the buying power would be $12,050 a month. We don't make $12,050. That's what we should be making. I know it sounds crazy, but that was what $1,450 got you for buying power. And if you have a project you're working on, like labor and materials and stuff, it's worth $18,364 in today's money. BPOD is saying, I'm cutting down expenses big time. Canadian dollar purchasing power is fading fast. Yeah, $1,450 in 1975. Today's net worth income is it would be for Canadian dollars would be $12,050. It'd be $9,521 US. And for project power, it's $18,364 in today's money. So when we look at these articles, where the hell did I put that article? The Canadian wages haven't moved in 40 years. They really haven't. I'll bring up the article for people joining us so you guys understand. Just put in wages haven't moved in 40 years. For Americans, wages haven't moved in 40 years. Wages have been stagnant for 40 years. For 40 years, it's not the fault of American workers. It's not. It's the buying power. Buying power is what's getting us. There's another one from a few days ago. See? Average hourly wages in Canada have barely budged in 40 years. So this is crucial, guys. So Valentino Rossi saying, buy pharmaceutical stocks. Look at the world demographic. Aging population will need healthcare more and more. Yeah. When silver went to $50 in 1980, it had buying power of $500 silver now. Well, let's look it up. $50 in in 1980. So you would get in US dollars 216 roughly, and in Canadian dollars $258. And project worth $373 roughly. Buying power. Because we're really screwed right now. We think we're making more because we got all these zeros at the end, but it doesn't mean anything, you know? Mike Vanguard just bought 23 million shares of Pfizer less than a month ago. It's now or never saying, why is this happening to the English-speaking countries? I just want to know, Mike. Well, they had to kind of demonetize or bring down the Commonwealth because people were getting too wealthy. Instead, they handed it over to the Chinese. The Chinese got wealthy and they went all over the world and bought us out. We could have been super, super globally rich. We could have been super, like, top-notch. Like, top-notch. Our wages would have kept in line. We would have left all the other countries behind. Same thing with the Portuguese Empire. They had a really good thing going because their currency was backed by gold. And a lot of English-speaking, French-speaking, German-speaking countries did not like that idea. And the Portuguese escudo was actually backed by gold, even in Macau, in Portuguese China, even in Goa, Portuguese India. And the Indian government needed to dismantle the Portuguese currency because it was actually backed by gold. And it was backed by gold. It was very, very hard to get anything. It was very hard because there was not a lot of money. Like when I kept going to Portugal, there was like almost no money in currency. There was like no money. Like there was no currency around because it was so hard to get, and everybody saved it, right? And even the Bank of Macau was backed by gold. They were all backed by gold because Portugal has the 5th or 6th biggest gold reserve in the world in their country. Not like Germany has it in the U.S. Italy has the biggest gold reserve, but it's in the United States underneath the Twin Towers. So there it is. You type in gold and the money comes up like this. All backed by gold in the Portuguese reserves. Because basically Rhoda. Oops. Where's the Skype thing? Hello?
Hey, Aria.
Well, it's about time you call. How you doing?
I'm good. I guess I lost my other Skype ID.
Oh, that's okay.
I never use Skype.
Okay. Yeah, well, you use it to call me.
I know, but I uninstalled the app and I just couldn't figure out how to get on the old user, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Do you know that $50 in 1980 is worth $258 in buying power back then?
That's crazy. Yeah, I heard you say that something like that, and yeah, we make very little money, but raising minimum wage hasn't helped anything.
Rhoda, the problem we're having here is not minimum wage. That's the problem. Minimum wage jobs, me growing up as a kid, was an in-between job while I was between high school or college or high school summers. That's a minimum wage job, Rhoda. Minimum wage jobs are not to create a future with. It's not a where you stay. Remember in high school when they used to laugh at us and say, "Do you want to be flipping burgers all your life?"
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what they told me day in and day out, flipping burgers. You drive a rock truck, so you actually have a real job. But It's not paying nearly enough what it should be.
That's right. Actually, our here in Alberta for the job I had just a few years ago, it was $35 an hour, which is still not enough according to your numbers. But a few years ago, this was $35. Now it's dropped.
So they're lowering. So they're increasing human labor, but they're decreasing the wage.
Increasing human labor. What do you mean?
Like you're working more than ever.
Working more than ever. What do you mean?
Are you working more than you ever did? You said you do Uber and you work too.
See, I used to do Uber full time, but I just got this job literally 2 weeks ago, and I just got home from days off.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but I know that from other people who work for the company for a long time, they said the job used to pay 35 an hour, and they've lowered it down to 26.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. This was in 2014. Everyone's wages got lowered because of the something about oil crash, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Man.
So and then I know you were talking about houses in Ontario because I thought it's a funny story because I work with a lot of Ontario people, and every time I work at camp, I meet a lot of people from all over the country and Toronto. So to me, it seems like the only way they're able to pay for the houses that they own, even outside of Toronto, is to keep working in the oil camp because they pay a lot of money for those houses.
Really? In Toronto.
Yeah, even the outskirts of Toronto is ridiculous.
Did you see that video I did over here? I did a video about that house, the house that sold for $2.6 million.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I saw that, and that's why I linked a couple houses here in Edmonton that are still overpriced, but still, it's just like I don't understand what it is about Toronto because people that I know from Toronto, even the low wage people come here, and we have it terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I kind of look at the media and I'm like, why is it that they're saying Ontario has lots of jobs when all the low wage earners come here to work?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really get it.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just a bunch of Chinese people, or
well, no, Toronto got bought out by foreign interests. Completely bought out Toronto, and the Greater Toronto area. They're finished.
Yeah.
There's no way to retract it anymore.
No.
Unless I heard a rumor from Shanghai Larry that Chinese government might pass a law next week to start repossessing homes overseas.
That would be very helpful for us, but it would be wouldn't that be illegal? How would they do that?
Oh, nothing in China is illegal. You know that.
Yeah, but we're not in China. We're in Canada.
Well, they're going to repossess Chinese citizens' homes in overseas countries. I have no idea how it works, but I think the government will, I think, pay off any debt that's on it, or if it's a repo, and pay it off, and then the Chinese government will own these properties, I think.
So if the Chinese government owns the properties, we're not any better or worse.
No, well, we sold out. Do you remember that mine I talked about in northern BC?
No.
Well, you ready for this?
Is it in Dawson's Creek? I was just in Dawson's Creek. Where's the mine?
I'll tell you. I'm looking it up. Just don't get mad at me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. No Canadian hires for 4 years. Canadian mine up north. This has been updated on May 10th, 2018. No Canadian hires for 4 years. Chinese-owned mine. There's about 3,800 workers and 6,400. And one of the prerequisites to work at the campsite must speak Mandarin.
Not even Cantonese, Mandarin.
Yep, it says right here.
That's crazy. And that's legal?
Well, because it's Canada, right? If you tried pulling if you tried pulling a stunt like that in China, you know what they do to you?
They'd cut your head off.
Oh yeah, you disappear. You'd be in someone's fertilizer.
So the mine only hires Chinese people.
In BC, yes. It says right here.
Wow, that is disgusting.
What?
And you know, if you did that, if you said you're only gonna hire white people, that you'd be racist. But
oh no, you could never say that. that's the worst thing you could ever say. You might as well end your life the next day if you said something like that.
Yeah.
So, no, Chinese workers only. There's a lot of places that I've spoken to where they only hire their own. So I'm not picking on the Chinese. I mean, it's right here. I'm not making this up. Here's the article. You know what I'm saying?
But they're waiting to get away with it. I don't even blame the Chinamen, because the Chinamen is just doing what they think is right. I blame the people of BC. I blame the BC government allowing that to go on. You know what? I would hope that I know you live there, but I would hope that eventually all the high skilled, like doctors, nurses, people who make things run properly, and tradesmen leave BC.
They are.
And I hope that there's a great famine and that their government wakes up. Because it doesn't seem like they're waking up. It doesn't seem like that premier is waking up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, with the price of Vancouver and Victoria and all those other places, like, not many people can go move to a small town like you. You know? So...
I came here because I couldn't live in the city. It was here, and then from here, like somebody in the... someone told me in the comments there, basically said, oh, you're probably an illegal, right? And I'm like, you know what? If they told me tomorrow, Mike, you got to get the hell out of here, or we don't want you here, you're a Portuguese, like they deported so many Portuguese, I would say, thank you. I would sell all my assets. I sell my house at a profit. I bought it 3 years ago. It's worth $200,000 more. I would sell all my assets, and I just go to the Azores.
Nice.
That's it.
But you know what?
I'm done.
The way you're treated is the same way me and my father was treated. My father and I were treated in small town Saskatchewan.
Mm-hmm.
Really discriminatory, disgusting. And some of the people who are harassing you, they're not even. I would call it prejudice. Maybe racist sometimes, but I would call it prejudice. You know what I mean? People who hate you, who just don't understand why you look so different and act so different, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I would call it. Because when I lived in small town Saskatchewan, it was hell on earth. Every discussion I had was about my skin color.
Mm-hmm.
And they would say, you're not really Canadian. I'm like, why are we even discussing my nationality? I have no idea who you are.
So I'm not really Canadian either.
It would just be some random person at the mall or at work, and it's just like, I had this disdain. Like, how you hate like Vancouver?
Mm-hmm.
I feel that way for Saskatchewan.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I not because it was unaffordable. It's more like the people there were just so ugh. I know you've had the 10 reasons why you left BC, or why you left Vancouver. I would have the 100 reasons to stay away from Saskatchewan. Yeah, but no, I can afford to live better now with this job I have. I love driving the rock truck, and as for Uber, it was all right. The money was it was okay. It was a better job. It's probably one of the better jobs I've had in the city, and I was living off of it pretty well, better than pardon me, Tim Hortons or library jobs, or I graduated with a major in finance. I barely know anything about finance, and I hated the bank job I had. So,
really,
yeah,
really?
Yeah, I hated it with passion.
Okay, we got Ryan Holden in the comments saying, Lib made $42 million deal with China to build gas plants in BC with China Steel.
Who's Lib?
Probably liberals.
Oh, why the hell would they make a gas plant deal with China and not with the people of BC and maybe hire a union and non-union?
People of BC, we're worthless. I already saw this coming a long time ago. That's why I became independent and worked for myself. I already saw where things were headed. I already knew. I felt this, this inkling. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you know what? If I continue working for someone I'm going to starve to death. And
yeah.
And that's why I had to go. Like the Ice Ice Baby song where he goes, I'm on a roll. It's time to go solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're on a roll.
I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. I I do want to work for myself, but the economy is too shaky to do anything really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But think about it about living in Alberta. Even if you're not in oil, you need oil to come back to make anything to happen for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I wanted to be a mortgage associate, but no one can get approved for a house when no one's working.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to be a lender, right? You want to be like a account executive in the lending department.
I'd rather just work for myself for a brokerage. I don't want to work for any bank, a brokerage.
Oh, okay.
But
I see
yes.
what you're saying. You actually want to do the. I get it. I get it. I get it.
Yeah, go out and get your own business and things like that. I would want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That was my original goal, but then I got saddled with student loan debt and the economy went to the crappers. So yeah, but I've been looking for a trade. Fast forward, I've been looking for a trade for the last 2 years, but it's incredibly hard to get into a trade with Alberta.
Mm-hmm.
Alberta's current economy. So
yeah, we saw that you mentioned in the comments a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago when I went live, that Alberta scrapped, was it 15,000? How many jobs?
Yeah, 15. Yeah, I made a video on it. Alberta, we lost 14 or 15,000 jobs, and 5,000 or 5,400 of them were in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
So I can actually tell by how many people were taking my Uber how bad things were. And then even my friends who are bartenders or hairdressers, they can tell that they have lower numbers of tips or even people coming in the restaurant or bar.
The food industry is taking a punch in the gut.
Oh, yeah, because like people can barely afford to buy food, let alone go out and eat it, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we lost a lot of jobs, and for some reason, I think I read an article that was trying to make it. Oh, it says Alberta's economy doing better than expected. TD Bank says that.
And that's why they're raising their dividends for their shareholders not to walk away?
Yeah, well, I don't I don't even know what I don't even know what that means. I think they're just trying to make you go out and get a mortgage or something. Like
No, what they're doing is they're increasing their dividends. So if you invest in CIBC or TD and they increase their dividends, let's say from 2% to 3%, that means they'll be paying you 3% of your investment in their stock.
Okay.
So they're paying you 3%. So if you have $1 million in, let's say, CIBC and their dividends 3%, they'll be paying you $30,000 a year in dividends.
Okay. Yeah. Well, but the economy is not good, so I don't know why they would.
Well, they're raising it because of fear of investors walking away and going to oil companies or bigger companies. Gold companies are paying bigger dividends at 6 or 7%.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah. So,
but there's just no money. There's no money. Recession, rebound, how Albertans are bouncing back, different ages, gender. Another thing I wanted to mention. I talked to a lot of older guys at work, and they mentioned how hard it is to get a job when you're over 50 and overqualified.
well, it's because nobody wants to pay, right? Let me let you into a little secret, okay? I'm going to tell you a little secret. I spoke to a regional manager for a big fast food chain.
Yeah.
You're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe your ears when I tell you this. Do you know how they keep saying, oh, we need more workers, we need more people to come into Canada so they could work in the fast food sector, right?
Oh, I know why. Because they don't want to pay people properly.
Well, it's not even that. A lot of them do make minimum wage, but they don't hire locals. Let's just put it this way. They don't. Do you know how many applications they get per day for the local type fast food restaurants from local people? Tens of thousands, but they don't touch them. They only get people that come into the country so they could bully them and threaten them to send them back home. And the local people that need the job don't get the job. They get thousands. They keep lying. You see, they need to set up a poll. Every company needs to be transparent. How many applicants they get every year, every month, every quarter, and every week. They need to be transparent to the rest of the world. So say, wait a minute, you got 6,700 job applications in 1 month, and you're telling me there's nobody to hire? That's a lie.
Yeah, you know what? I believe that because I don't know if you heard of a place called Lloydminster. It's
Yes,
a border town in Alberta and Saskatchewan.
that's right. Yeah.
When I was in school, I went to school there for a year. In 2014, I was looking for a job after I quit Sears. I could not get hired at Wendy's or Tim Hortons. And you know what the lady at Tim Hortons told me?
Mm.
She says, we only hire Filipinos. And I looked at her and I'm like, girl, do you not know you're in Canada?
Yeah.
She's like, oh, we only hire Filipinos. I'm like, why would you only hire Filipinos when you left the Philippines? She's the manager I was talking to.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, well, plenty of oil workers are looking for jobs here, but I always tell them we only look for Filipinos. I'm like, wow. I told her, you know what? I can't wait till your visa's up. I was really pissed off when she said that to me.
But you know what happened? A lot of them, like, luckily, my wife was a permanent resident when I met her, but she was a caregiver. But the Canadian government shut the door on the Philippines and deported tens of thousands of them. I can't remember if it was 2016, 2015.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it might have been that 2015 or so because the economy went to the crap.
Mm-hmm. And they deported a ton of Portuguese in 2005, 6, 7, and almost 40,000 Portuguese from the province of Ontario. People that worked full time, owned their homes, and sent their kids to school and paid taxes.
That I don't understand why. That I have never understood why.
Well, it's so true. People like before a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about it, they looked up articles and they started reading and they started emailing me. They're like, wow, they would pick people up at work and the kids at school and wait for their parents to come and hold the kids back in the gymnasium until the parents came to prove that they're legal. And if not, they get on an airplane right then and there. They don't even get to get changed.
Why? Why were they doing that?
They hate Portuguese. That's why I left Ontario. When I was a kid, I would apply for a job. The employer would go to me, "Are you a Portuguese?" And I'm like, "Well, my parents are." They're like, "Well, yeah, we're not hiring your kind here."
Why would they? Why did they hate Portuguese so much?
I don't know. I don't know. You know, I could tell you of a few ex-girlfriends that hate me so much. But I don't know. I've never done anything. My parents have never done anything to anybody, like, ever.
Yeah, it was weird, and I heard you say that, and I'm like, why would that administration even do that?
Oh, but it was like 40,000 people. It wasn't. It was a mass purging.
But why would they purge all the Portuguese to let in the Filipinos by the masses? Why?
I don't know. No, I see. The Portuguese were working in the construction sector. It's different. It wasn't even because they were working in fast food. A majority of Portuguese all worked in the construction sector, right?
Oh, maybe you were competing with other Canadians.
Well, there was nobody. A lot of the. You know what happened after they left? A lot
What?
of them left. Guess what happened? The housing market went to crap for like 3 years because they couldn't replace the workers. They had to get guys in from New York and Michigan and Buffalo to come in to help.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
That's why I left Ontario. I get pulled over by a cop. The cop would come up. "Are you Portuguese?"
You know, the way you feel about Ontario, again, that's the way I feel about Saskatchewan. Like, oh my God. Like, I've got it. When I went to go apply at Husky Restaurant, after that was my last straw, then I said, you know what, I need to get out of small town, period.
Okay.
Small town. Actually, there's some small town in Alberta I don't mind, but Lloydminster, no. So I went to apply at a job Husky Restaurant, just graduated from school, and I go there, sit for an interview, and lady's like, you know, I don't even want you to waste your time here. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you don't fit in with this culture. I'm like, what culture are you talking about? And she's like, Canadian culture.
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
It means it's another hillbilly way of saying you're the wrong color for the job. I don't want to waste your time. And then she says it up front because she has no fear of it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So you're trying to tell me that they wouldn't hire you? Wait. So if you're qualified, you know the job, somebody won't qualify you because of the color of your skin?
Yep.
What?
Mm-hmm. She told me up to my face, like, and that's when you know that you're in a very like backwards hillbilly society when they don't even know how to hide their discrimination. When
Someone in the comments is asking for your background.
I am West African.
West
African. So
West
Ghana.
African. Okay. How far are you from Angola? You're far, right?
Yeah, Angola's far. That's not west. My father's from Ghana. My mom's from Nigeria.
Yeah, but Angola's on the southwest of Africa. That's why.
Oh, Angola is southern Africa.
Yeah, southwest. Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know. I have to check on a map. But yeah, it's just that I've been to both countries, and I come on the phone. I sounded fine enough, but you could tell by my name that my last name that I'm obviously not Anglophone.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so Angola's right there, and then
so if you go across from Angola, if you look at Angola and you go towards through Africa towards the other coast, there's Mozambique, and that's Portuguese Africa. I've been there many times.
Yep, I see Mozambique, Zambia. I know I have friends from Namibia. Namibia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yep, that's cool. And so yeah, she told me that straight to my face, and I'm like, goodness, I cannot stand Saskatchewan. I just can't stand. You know the small town people, the friendliness. Nope, it's just nosy, and then you know when they're dying for workers and doctors. Like both my parents are registered nurses, right?
Mm-hmm.
They move there, and we get stoned walking out of the hospital, stoned.
Yeah, you know what? It's but you know there's every parts of Canada have these pockets like this, these little pockets.
Yeah.
You know, whites, like when I was in Vancouver, I felt very unwelcome there when I was living in Vancouver. Very unwelcomed. I would get on the elevator and someone would look at me, give me this look, and I would be driving. I look over at the guy beside me in the car. He would look at me like I burnt his house down with his grandma in it. It's like, in New York, if that was Chicago or Detroit and you looked at someone like that, the guy would get out of the car and punch him in the head.
Yeah, and you would be justified.
You know, it's yeah. So I mean,
see, I'm from immigrant zone. I'm born and raised in Montreal. So the way I see Canada is a little bit more friendlier and inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that's why I always as much as people hate Quebec, I thank God for Montreal. Because if I were born in Regina or Weyburn, Saskatchewan, I would want my skin burnt down too. I wouldn't understand that I was just as equal as everyone else. I wouldn't know that I had rights.
Yeah.
I have friends from the area that down the road they thank me for tolerating them.
Right.
Because I had to tell them, it's like, hey, I am just as human as you. Like I had to remind them and get them to understand, and they just couldn't get that I was also just as Canadian, just as human, because they had never spoken to a black person before.
Oh my God! All right, yeah. So it's yeah. All right, so let's get back on topic here. Economic-wise, Canadian doctors like me are starting to look for the exit. There's hundreds of articles here from so many backgrounds here. Supply of physicians in Canada, projections, assessment. They're going to go down 33%. Canadian doctor shortage will only get worse in the coming decade. Hundreds of doctors in Canada are protesting. They say they make too much.
They make too much? No, that's not true.
Oh, but this is CNN. I'm sorry. CNN's fake news. So if you know what CNN is like this. Hundreds of doctors in Canada are protesting. They say they make too much. In CNN, that means they don't make enough.
That's insane.
Yeah. So CNN's faking news. So let's close this here. Sorry. Apologize for opening that for you guys. Canadian doctors trained overseas to petition court to end system of exclusion. So Canadian doctors are looking for the exit right now as we speak, guys, because remember that house in Florida I showed for $400,000? That 10 bedroom?
Beautiful.
Yeah. And property tax is like, oh, Mike, that's property tax. Yeah. $2,200 a year. My mom pays $7,000 for a house in Brampton.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is crazy. Well, you know what? My parents left. My father left to the States as soon as he graduated from McGill, he left to the States,
Mm-hmm.
and he's talking about going back right now.
Yeah, I would consider going back to the United States. The thing is, I did my whole paperwork and everything, did everything by the book, got a company to sponsor me. I was going to be a technical director for 2 major production facilities in Miami Beach, Florida. This big company sponsored me because I speak Spanish, Portuguese, and English. So there was a lot of people there from Brazil that they had to deal with, and a lot of people from like Mexico and Honduras and Venezuela and stuff. So I could talk to all these people without a problem. And the guy's like, yo, man, I'll pay you $100K a year, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to manage like 44 people. I'm like, no problem. Did all the paperwork, did everything by the book. And I went to the interview after everything got... And then you know what? You're not going to believe this, Rhoda.
What?
Do you know I had to wait 6 months before the interview, and they had to run 3 different ads, 3 online and 3 in newspapers to make sure I wasn't stealing an American's job?
That's really, you know what?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what type of visa. What type of visa was that, by the way?
I don't know.
Was
that
that
a company sponsoring me? So the company sponsored me. They paid all the paperwork. I paid some of it too because I said, yeah, I'll pay some of it. I'm going to be here anyway, so I'm going to take the benefit of that, right? Company sponsored me. Company did everything. I was there in Florida, making a mad money, and everything's super cheap, right? And and then I go to the interview. They're like, well, unfortunately, we're not accepting your kind right now. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's weird. That's crazy, especially since you're already accepted by your company.
Yeah.
You know what? But my parents went through a TN visa, North American Treaty, that NAFTA visa that Trump is arguing about.
Yes, the TN1, the TN9 or TN6 visa. I know that visa. Yeah.
So he had a master's degree in nursing, so they had to run an ad, but they only needed 1 day to run the ad, and I don't think they have like a number requirement, but they know they came to Canada looking for nurses. So my dad was just freshly graduated from McGill, so because he graduated, they just recruited him and a bunch of people from that area. So it took all of 1 day. Then he had to go get a medical done, and it was only like $40 paperwork. He paid for it himself, and he was stamped at the border when he drove in. It took like 15 minutes to get yourself a stamp. You had to bring a letter from employer, your passport, and your medical. And you got a stamp on your paperwork, and you came in. It was like super simple.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think maybe it's because the type of visa they went through or whatever. But I'm actually looking at getting my my CDL, my Class 1, because I think that's a good idea. That would be a good way to get back to the States. I went to high school in the U.S. and college, right? Community college.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked it. But I know either I married American, which I joked that I would marry one of my friends, and he's like, well, you never know. I can get that. I'm like, I don't want to be in trouble. He's like, no one will ever know. I'm like, well, if I got myself a Class 1, I can get in with the temporary foreign worker program for truck drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I want to go haul oil somewhere in Texas or
hauling oil. You love oil, don't you? Okay, Rhoda, I found your house in Parkland, Florida.
Yeah.
Parkland, Florida, $137,800, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, almost 4,000 square feet.
Holy, what the?
You should turn on your computer so you could see the image here.
I see it. And it's 75th PL, Parkland, Florida. Holy.
Yeah, that's a nice house. Yeah, property tax there is like $1,400 a year.
Oh my God!
Look at this little castle. It's a little cute atrium in the front there. Look at this house, $89,000 in West Palm Beach. That's a good area. You know how I know that's a good? I know where this area. Do you know how I know? It's because
How?
on the street, it's got a cobblestone street.
Yeah.
That cobblestone street, I know where that street is. That's like one of the main streets that loops around and goes into a big cul-de-sac, and then it comes back out, and it goes down to the major downtown area.
89,000. So that means I can get myself a 2-bedroom condo for like 35,000 over there.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't believe in having a giant space to myself.
Yeah. I know where this is. This is close to the university. I know this area. I know exactly where this is.
That is $89,000. You know what? I need to go drive something in Florida. This is beautiful.
Oh, you could buy all kinds of stuff for. You just have to look, right? Like, here's a great starter home for you. Look. You move to Florida, you buy a starter home. Look at this. $157, $828 a month, 4-bedroom. You know what that is on a 30-year? Let's pull out a mortgage calculator here.
4-bedroom, 2 bathrooms.
So, mortgage calculator. Let's look over here. RBC mortgage calculator. Estimate monthly payments. Start tool. Nobody cares.
20% down.
Oh, God. They want my name and everything. Oh, God. I just want to see. Okay, $157,000 on at 4.5% on a 5-year, 5-year term with the 30-year amortization. You're looking at $379 a month.
Lovely. So I need to make about what, $60K, and I'm doing okay.
Yeah, $60K, like $35K. 35.
Yeah.
Look at the screen. It's got a screened-in pool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is crazy. I want to move to Florida, but I really like Houston.
Houston's the same thing here. Let's go to Houston. You want to go to Houston? Let's go to Houston.
I've been there twice already, and I liked it.
All right, Houston. We're headed to Houston. We're going to find Rhoda a house in Houston. All right, we're in Houston. A good starter home. Wow, I'm in love. Look at this. $336, but this is beautiful. 5-bedroom, 5-bath, historical. It's made with historical brick. 4,000 square feet.
Holy hell.
Yep. The land size is over 10,000 square feet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How do Canadians just move to the U.S. and not come back?
A lot of them do. A lot of them. You know, there's about 18 million Canadians living in the United States, I think, since 1989, 90?
Or legally?
Legally.
How do you do it legally now? I'm not under Trump.
I don't know, man. I'm not in the mood to move. I'm not in the mood to try again. I mean, I tried and it just didn't work. I mean, I did everything by the book. I have no criminal record. Look at this pool, Rhoda.
Oh my God, those floors.
I know. Look at this pool.
God. Oh my God, I would not get that in everything.
Oh my God, it even has a pool house on the side.
That's insane.
Because it looks like a little bungalow beside it. It's actually part of the house. It's a pool house.
That's insane.
Yeah. That's $336,000 in your favorite city of Houston. I prefer Atlanta over Houston. That's just me.
I've been there once, but the food was good.
Yeah, Atlanta's amazing. Atlanta.
Not too many. But apparently there's a high HIV rate.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go there too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not that it matters. But what was I gonna say? Remember we were talking about Alberta? Apparently, I said 42 people a day went broke a year ago. Insolvency, or what was that? That was the article I was linking.
Yeah, that's the people going insolvent. I read that one.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think they have the right numbers. I think it's a lot higher. Because
it's always a lot higher. You know that. Let's say it's 55 laid off per day, they say it's 13, so people don't freak out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And people who haven't even filed for insolvency, because it costs money, I guess. Yeah, 40 people went broke in Alberta and Calgary. I heard you say people are leaving Vancouver for Calgary. I bet you those people are Chinese, so they're not really working in Canada anyways. Because Calgary has the highest unemployment rate in Canada.
So people still manage to get by. So it's outside money.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yep, yep.
Look at
If
this.
they're
Look at this mansion, Houston, Texas, 342,000.
holy hell.
Property tax $1,900 a year.
Oh my god, Walking Journey's probably living the dream over there.
Yeah, did you see the house? Did you see his video? He's gonna buy a mini mansion for like under 200 grand. Did you see it?
I was seeing that, and all the houses he went to go see were massive and cheap. He could have his pick of whatever.
Yeah, we don't got that option here in Canada. You see, do you remember, Rhoda, when I was saying in Canada we have nowhere to run? It's not like
No, we don't.
like in Texas. Like for example, look at the state of Texas here. The state of Texas. The state of Texas has Beaumont, Houston, Galveston, Corpus Christi, Brownsville, Laredo, San Antonio, Austin, Dallas, Odessa, Lubbock, Amarillo, El Paso. They have more. They have more cities that we do. You know, we don't have any. You know, they have Victoria, Texas. They have Corpus Christi. They have Knightsville. They have more major cities. San Angelo's getting big too. Let's go over to San Angelo. Let's see what houses are there for sale in San Angelo. San Angelo is really nice part of Texas. So if you move there, like with a little bit of like a little bit of money, 75 grand, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, tiny house, small house, 75 grand, 2,000 square foot. But it's a good starter home.
How much? What's the square footage?
2,000.
That's a giant house, by the way.
Sure, but I mean, in comparison to the 10 bedrooms we were looking at.
Yeah. I guess if I had a couple kids, I would be okay. If I had 2 kids, I would be okay in 2,000 square feet, depending on my husband's hobbies.
Oh my God, this house here has a water slide.
Holy! I wonder what the wages would be there.
You got to go there and you have to, like, if you like the place, go there. Do what I did. I just went to Miami on a whim.
Yeah, but under Trump, you don't just do that and get a job.
Yeah.
Show up.
I think Canadians are being more and more punished now because of Trudeau.
That's right. Because I had a friend of mine. Funny story. Today he was telling me a U.S. IRS showed up at his work today here in Edmonton. Showed up at his work and said to him, "Why haven't you filed your U.S. tax return?" And he's like, "Well, I haven't made any money, and blah 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 blah. I have the paperwork done." And then the next day, which is today, he had come to work with all of his tax papers because the IRS lady was sitting there waiting for him. And she says to him, "You have to make up your mind whether you want to be an American or Canadian." And he told me this was the IRS. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Yes. And he says Trump is punishing Canada maybe to make sure that we don't vote for him. And I'm like, well, he's already on his way out. And then he's like, well, you know what? Not so sure, because people, they look at Scheer and they don't even know what he really stands for, other than he's not Trudeau. And he's thinking that Trudeau's going to win either way, but Trump is just punishing the people to just kind of send a message like, hey, your leader's an idiot, and this is how we're going to treat you. So yeah, he was like threatened. He's like, if you bring your tax papers and prove it to me, or I'll arrest you. And this is the IRS here in Edmonton in front of a hospital.
Wow.
Yes. This is what he told me. I don't. He's not a bullshitter. He's not a liar. He said that. I'm like, you think so? You don't think it's Trudeau doing that? He's like, nope. Trump is doing that because he wants people to be kind of shooken up about their leader being an idiot. And I'm like, well, he doesn't think we already know that. He's like, I think he thinks we're gonna vote him back in, and he's trying to send him a message. That's what he was telling me today. And I'm like, that is crazy, because he wants to move there and retire there in a couple years, but he's being forced to go down to the Edmonton, Calgary in the next couple weeks to go file his paperwork to say that he's a dual citizen because his father is American, right?
Yeah.
And for his retirement, he wants to go drive a truck there and live there. And in Arizona, he wants to go. But so that's what's going on. They're making it harder on us when really, I think they should be focused on the south of the border.
Yeah.
Because I don't think we really go there to mooch off of anything they gave us.
Yeah.
I don't see any Canadian escaping to the U.S. for healthcare, education.
Well, you're going to see a mass exodus of Canadians having to go somewhere else but Canada. That's the problem.
Oh yeah, but I think that I saw a documentary about people leaving to Mexico or Costa Rica when they're retiring from Canada.
Well, Canada's changing that law because Canada is going to make it you could only be like 5 weeks out of the country with your pension.
Oh crap! What are they going to do?
Well, if you're out of the country for more X amount of time and you're on a pension, they'll cut you off.
Well, if you're on Canada pension's nothing.
Yeah, but if you're in like Cuba, it's good.
Yeah, well, if you're in Cuba, there's no seasoning in the food in Cuba. So let's just say you leave for 5 weeks, and they cut you off. Your Canada pension is like $900 a month, isn't it? Like, well, let's just say you have a good pension up from your own little RSPs or whatever it is you saved.
Mm-hmm.
You're better off to stay in 6 months in Mexico or wherever the place Costa Rica was, 6 months there, and then come back and do 6 months here just to be with your family, and just forget about your pension, Canada pension. That's what I would do.
Okay, I found you a house in Texas, San Angelo, Texas, 95,000, 3 beds, 3 bath, almost 2,000 square feet. It looks like an old Victorian style type home.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a nice house.
Oh my God.
Property tax, hold on. Property tax, $1,483 a year.
Do you realize, Martin, I got approved for a condo that's exactly, just about that price here in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I got approved for. $90,000.
Wow. Imagine having this land, there's all this land with this house.
And what is the taxes on that?
$1,800.
Okay, well, my condo tax would be about $800, but still, I wouldn't get that much. I wouldn't get 3 bedrooms. No.
Yeah, but you have land here in Texas.
Yeah.
You know, you could shoot things, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha. That is huge. I want to just know, well, you know what? Texas place, people follow the law there. If I show up to Houston or Dallas or wherever San Angelo, and say, hey, I'm Canadian, I got myself a CDL, which should help me get a job, I don't think they're going to give me a job. I think they're going to look for someone else around the country.
Mm-hmm.
I
don't know about that. Wow, there's some nice looking houses for about $200,000 there in this area.
Man, where? Oh my God, where?
Oh, look at this mini mansion. I love these little mini mansions. Almost 6,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, 4 baths, $255,000 in Coleman, Texas.
Oh God.
And property taxes. Hold on. What the hell is that?
Why do people keep their houses so cheap?
It's not that they're cheap. That's what they're worth. See, the problem in Canada, we're brainwashed. We believe that a 1-bedroom condo in Vancouver is $600,000, and we believe that. And when you believe that, people will pay that.
So what did we do here? What did we do here wrong? We sold to China. Okay.
We sold to China, yeah. We sold out to the highest bidder is what we did. And we had historically low interest rates and then brought asset bubbles right through the roof. Yeah, so we're screwed. So look at that house. It's got a whole side of it, like a whole side area. It looks like there's an outdoor. It looks like there's a tree house.
House.
Look at this house inside. That looks really nice. It's got a grand piano.
God.
What? Look at that bathroom. Okay, that house is really nice.
How do we get... We'll never have it that way, okay. I'd love for that house to be here.
Yeah, no, but that house in any province in Canada would be over 800,000.
$1 million.
Yeah, anywhere
Yeah.
in Canada. Yeah, that big. 255. So you're looking at about 323,000 Canadian to buy that.
I'm sure that we would willingly pay twice that amount and call it a steal.
Yeah. Yep. Six
Yeah,
bedroom. I think this is nice. Really nice house. Really nicely laid out. It's almost 6,000 square feet, the house. And I think it's on an acre of land, too.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That must be a doctor or something like that.
No, this 255 a doctor? No, doctor's living high life, man. He wouldn't be caught dead in these polyester rags.
You're so funny.
Yeah.
Maybe a nurse's assistant. Sorry.
Yeah, not even. No, you could have two people working a decent average job, making one guy making 13, and then the wife making maybe 17 an hour as a kindergarten teacher, $20 an hour. It's $255. Your monthly payment is roughly going to be like $940.
That's so funny. That just makes me laugh. Oh my god. Doctor wouldn't be caught there.
No, not there. If it was a doctor like in Texas, like a plastic surgeon, he'd probably buy something like this. Hold on.
How about just a general practitioner?
A general practitioner? Okay, let's find a house for a general practitioner. Hold on a sec here.
Or a nurse practitioner, because my dad's a nurse practitioner.
Oh, he'd probably, something like this with lots of land. Look at this.
God.
$309,000. It's on 10 acres of land. That's what I'm talking about. 10 acres of land right there. Private entrance to get into the house. Look at all your land. That's so nice. That would be something your dad would like, away from the main street. Lots inland, nice. Oh, that's nice. See, nice setup. Simple home, but still you got land, right?
I think that's beautiful in there.
There's your land right there. Big piece of land.
Those people are very cozy and nice people and happy and not working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So they could pay for their one-bedroom apartment in Vancouver.
Yeah. Or they can pay for their 2-bedroom here in Edmonton or Dedmonton. Sorry.
Dedmonton, yeah.
Oh my god, that's huge.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. Like, it's too bad that in Canada, Australia is the same thing. Don't forget, Australia is even worse than Canada. Because their GDP to... Oh my god, look at this house in New Mexico. In El Paso, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. I don't know why I like this house, but I really like the house.
It's very, cool style.
It's a beautiful house.
$295. I can totally see myself in Texas.
This is really nice. This is a really nice house, actually. How much is this house? $295 for a 5-bedroom? It's almost 4,000 square feet. Property tax.
Do you know,
20...
Martin? You know what? I would love you know what? How Trump wanted to buy Greenland.
Yeah.
I wish he'd buy Alberta so I could have dual citizenship.
Well, what was that thing that Alberta wanted to leave Canada?
Yeah, because Jason Kenney was saying he doesn't want that, but most Albertans actually feel that way. Albertans and Saskatchewan, unfortunately, they would want to come with us, but hopefully they wouldn't be part of the deal. We're okay with being part of the USA, because it would be profitable for us.
Oh, big time, huge time. I like
Plus, I know he wanted to buy Greenland. I literally wanted to tweet to him, "Hey, buy Alberta."
Holy crap! You know what I just found?
What?
$1 million house.
Okay, what's it? What are they selling it for?
$1 million.
Okay.
You don't see a lot of $1 million homes. This one has a water fountain in front. It looks like the Taj Mahal.
Oh my god.
It's huge.
Oh,
Oh,
huge.
it's 8,000 square feet, though.
That's insane. You don't want to clean that.
Look at the back. Holy crap. Wow, that's so nice inside. That's $1 million house right there. Not remember that house I showed from Toronto for 2.6 million?
Yeah. A little box.
It looked like Lord Humongous, I think, said in the comments when he commented, it looked like a shipping container.
Yeah, it did. That is beautiful.
Oh, look at the ceiling. Hold on. Not that one. Where did that one go? I saw a beautiful ceiling. There, look at that. Holy crap.
Wow.
That's got to be handmade. There's no way. There's no way that's got to be all handmade.
Wow.
Oh, and they have a stove. They actually have a stove, like a wood burning stove, too.
That's crazy. Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's $1 million. But like I said, it looks like the Taj Mahal. It's huge.
Yeah. Who wants 8,000 square feet?
You could have like 2 parties in it.
You could have giant. You could have a giant.
Oh, I
party.
see why. It's got an indoor pool with a waterfall.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay.
And a hot tub.
Wow. That's just. It's like a. It is a mansion. I call it a mansion.
Yeah, that's like the Taj Mahal. That's like totally the Taj Mahal. That's like, I don't know how big the Taj Mahal is, but I know this is pretty big.
Wow. Wow.
Look at the pool. It's got like different sections of pool. It's got like for the kids, and then it has for the adults.
That's insane. That is I think that's a $4 million house here.
Oh, more than 4 in Toronto. Remember that $2.6 million house?
Yeah.
This house would be like $32 million, $34 million.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about here in Edmonton, maybe 5-6 million.
Oh, in Edmonton. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. It even has stained glass windows.
In Montreal, it'd be maybe 10 million. So that's insane. Only Céline Dion can own that in Montreal.
I'm just kind of cruising. Oh, wow. This is a beautiful looking house. It's almost looks like the Scarface house. It isn't. But this is really nice. It is 5,000 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. So you got a lot of open space. When you see 5,000 square feet and it's only 4 bedroom, you have a lot of open space. $389,000. Property tax is $1,700 a month. This house,
wow.
This is beautiful. Oh, what a view. Look at that. I don't know. It is in El Paso.
I think I want to be in El Paso.
Oh, I love those stained glass windows with the metal inside.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at that room. Holy smokes. You could invite over Billy Idol and have a few drinks.
Yeah, he'll be like, how much is your house? You'd be like, 10 million.
Yeah, it's like 300 grand. Oh, it's got a full. You see, it does have big rooms. See how big these? It has a full library in here.
Wow. The couches look terrible.
Who cares? But oh my God, look at the bedroom. You see that hallway? On the left and right are 2 walk-in closets.
Wow.
So the left is a closet and the right's a closet. And then you go in and it goes to the bathroom.
Wow.
Oh my God, look at that view. That's amazing. Do you see that view?
Yes. Wow. Beautiful.
And that's the other part of the house, the other back part on the roof.
I don't know what's wrong with us Canadians. Is there any going back? Is there any foreign buying? Is there anything we could do?
There has to be. Basically, housing needs to go back to what wages are. What wages are earning. What we're earning. That's the only way.
So put foreign buying tax. Hey, how did the foreign buying tax work out in NBC?
It did. It worked really well. Everyone went to Toronto and Seattle. And
So
Seattle's housing market went through the roof, and it's unsustainable right now. And the homelessness in the last 2 years since they put the foreign buyers tax in Vancouver, the homelessness went up like 200% in Seattle.
wow.
Yeah.
And some of those homeless people have full-time jobs too,
Yes,
right?
and degrees and college degrees.
Oh yeah, yeah. College degrees is a mandatory requirement for being homeless.
Yep. It's very sad. It's scary. It
Yeah.
is very, very scary.
Same in San Francisco. It seems like a lot of. I was listening to Joe Rogan talk the other day
Oh,
about getting out of LA because the homeless people are so. It is so much. It's so rampant to be homeless in LA.
yeah. I'm going to show you guys some video clips on the streets there in LA, in Los Angeles, by Hollywood.
Yeah. I was watching Fox News the other day. I watch it pretty often, and Tucker Carlson was talking about how bad the homeless is in California, and he was saying, I think what did he say? They need to stop people from moving in there, border control or whatever the hell. And I'm like, well, yeah, if you have so many homeless people living on the streets,
Are you seeing this video?
I might have seen it. It was from Fox News.
No, this one I'm showing right now.
I probably seen something similar like that.
Okay. So this.
California,
Do you know how many people? You know how many people in LA County are homeless?
How many?
52,000.
How big is LA County?
It's pretty big. It's Alameda. It's a lot of areas. But it's still 52,000 homeless, and the state of California has 110,000 homeless people total.
I think the state of California has more than that. You think it's only 52,000 homeless people
That's
in
in LA County, though.
Yeah, but that's like 8 million people in LA County, isn't it?
I think so. I'm not too certain. Los Angeles has 23,000 homeless people.
I want to say it's more, but the head count is low.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say it was more.
Mhm.
And why are they rushing to let in all the illegals there?
I have no idea. I don't even know. I don't even know what the heck is going on. I just know that everything's butt backwards, and you know what the sad part is? A lot of these people do apply for jobs, but they don't get hired, eh? Like I said, they want to have people to come in so they could threaten them to send them back to their country if they misbehave.
Yeah, so they can work them like a dog, and sometimes they want to cut some hours off your paycheck.
Oh yeah, they want you to work the hours, but they want you to cut the hours, right?
Yes. Yep. That's happened to a lot of Filipino people that I knew who worked in the restaurant industry.
Mm-hmm.
They would the hours, and mysteriously 4 or 5 hours were off their paycheck, and they were not allowed to complain.
Yeah. This way they can't form a union, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is downtown Los Angeles, people. We're getting footage here from downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah. They want that. They want the illegals to do nannying and all the little service jobs, but they want to pay less than minimum wage and just make sure they can't. That way, they can't complain to the labor board about anything, right?
So Lord Humongous is saying LA has 58,000 homeless people.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's there's so much homeless people off of Jasper Ave and White Ave where I'm at. I'm on White Ave. The homeless people in Edmonton is outrageous.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear a story about Syrians getting tax-free business money to start up their lives, and it's like, oh, so we have the money.
Yeah, but it's not for locals. Yeah, that's something I'm never gonna get. And you know what? I think we just need to get a new government in that's gonna actually take care of Canadians. I don't care who it is. Someone that's actually gonna take care of us. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be taken care of. I don't want to be governed. I just want it to be fair. That's all.
Yeah, I don't understand that because I was watching the news and it says Syrians get tax-free money money with 0%. So it's 0% interest business loans to start up their lives. And I'm like, oh, that's great. And then I'm watching the Rebel, and they're saying that Syrians are being housed in the Holiday Inn. Rebel Media.
Yeah, well,
I'm like,
they've been
when
housing them
do
in hotels in Ontario for almost a year and a half, 2 years now.
when does any Canadian, even if you're a homeless or a battered woman or a an old man about to die, when do you get a Holiday Inn stay
Oh, you
paid
don't.
for?
Oh no, if you're a Canadian, forget it. Forget it.
And then I met some people at work, and a couple of Somalian guys, and they were telling me that, oh, I said, so how much were your braces? Because I have braces. And they're like, oh, sister, when you get to Canada, everything's given to you. I'm like, really? I didn't know anything was given to. Like, I had no idea. And he's like, oh, well, I got here. I got my laser eye treatment. He got here last year. Got laser eye treatment, and he got his braces. And I'm like, so you paid nothing? He's like, oh no, why would you pay for anything, sis? Tell him you're Somali. And I'm like, well, no, that I'm actually Canadian. He's like, just tell him you're Somali. I'm like, what?
Whoa.
So he paid nothing for his braces. He got laser eye surgery. He paid nothing. And I'm like, so how are you go to school? He's like, I got money. I got this. I got that from. I'm like, so you just were handed a check? He's like, if you want, I can get you an ID and maybe you can get the same thing.
So you're better off being a Somalian nowadays in Canada.
Well, yeah, because my name Rhoda is very popular in the Somalian culture.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a popular Jewish name, so whatever. But he's like, oh, you could just tell them that you give them a different ID. I could probably get you the checks and probably get your teeth paid for. I'm like, I've been paying monthly for a year and change, and I have a social insurance number, so they know who I am. He's like, sis, there's ways of getting around that if you want some money.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what is going on? Like, I'm the wrong we're the wrong people. We're not the chosen people. The chosen people are the foreign people.
Yep. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening. Did you hear about what happened in Vancouver?
What happened?
You're not going to believe this. You got to sit down for this. Are you sitting down?
I am sitting down.
Okay. So, I guess the Chinese oligarchs or wealthy Chinese people living in mansions in Vancouver, okay?
Yeah.
Collecting welfare because they have zero income. Let's look it up. Let me find the article.
That is insane.
Yeah. Here, let me look up the article.
Chinese on welfare.
And child assistance and all that stuff. How rich Chinese gamed Canadian immigration. 860 rich Chinese blacklisted, but Canadian tax filings. So they basically see many millionaire climates. Yeah, leaving their families in Canada so they could get supported by the Canadian government.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Right now, Canada right now is in a citizenship spree. That's what they call it.
Oh. Wow.
See, Canada overwhelmed by 100,000 Chinese millionaire immigrants, and a lot of them are on social welfare and other things.
And they're millionaires.
Yes, but they don't have any income to show, and they have children, and they get paid on welfare. They get paid for welfare, and they get paid for children, for like the children, whatever it is, that thing that the children get if you make X amount of money.
Child tax, yeah.
Yeah, child tax benefit, yeah. You have to make like almost nothing to get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. She gets like $200 a month for it, but that's and oh my god, how rich Canadian. So why, we need to be why isn't the Canadian government catching on to that scam and just finding new people to move in since the Chinese man is
because other people don't bring money like the Chinese do.
Oh, because they bought the house at an absorbent amount of price, right?
Right, because the Canadian proper can't buy that house for $1 million.
And the $1 million house, buying the $1 million house is good for Canada because
it keeps our GDP going.
Oh, it just inflates it so that people will buy bonds from Canada.
Rainier Mola says, I thought you could only take 50K out of China. Yes, that's now, but the damage has already been done. Capital outflows in China are pretty much nothing, but it's damaged. It's damaged. Every English-speaking country is ruined. Australia, New Zealand, the United Kingdom, Canada, and whole of Western United States, from all the way from Washington State all the way down to the Tijuana border there in San Diego, California, is completely ruined because of being bought out. Just completely bought out.
Well, I'm glad the rest of the states has been woke up to it, because
Yeah.
we got some good house prices down there.
Yeah. So, but you know what it is? It's we're getting shafted up here, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm concerned. You know,
I'm really, really hoping Trudeau doesn't win.
If he wins, you're gonna see a mass exodus of people leaving Canada. Like,
and where are we going?
I don't know. The thing is, nobody will take in Canadians. That's the problem. Luckily, I'm Portuguese, so I don't have to worry. I could go anywhere in Europe, or I could go to Brazil. I could go anywhere I want.
So why won't anyone take in Canadians? Can you Google it?
Well, because we take in everybody.
Take in
Canadians take in everybody except Portuguese. But if we go to some of these countries where people are coming from, we're not even allowed to stay more than 30 days in some of these countries. You know, in Mexico, if you try to buy in Mexico, you can't. You know, you can't buy a one-way ticket to Mexico. You know, there's a lot of laws in Mexico that, you know, if you overstay in Mexico, they could put you in jail for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Over here, if you have a kid, we'll just keep you.
Yeah. So it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get worse. It's gonna get a lot worse here in Canada. It's I don't know what's gonna happen if Trudeau wins. I don't know what to tell you, because I don't have the answer, because democracy has failed us, I guess. I don't know who's voting. When they were, you know who's gonna vote? The Chinese that were the communist Chinese that were at the protest in Vancouver, handing out pro-liberal leaflets to join the Liberal Party, because Liberal is in favor of the Chinese communism, apparently.
Wow.
They were giving out leaflets. Chinese in Vancouver protest. They were handing out leaflets and telling people, here it is. Supporters hold pro-democracy protests, and it was divided, see? Pro-democracy protests, pro-communists, condemning Hong Kong actions, and the Chinese Communist Party was influencing other people to join the Liberal Party.
Wow.
So I just thought I'd share that. I thought I'd share that with you.
He's from Vancouver. She hates when I say that the BC sold himself out to the highest bidder, because she calls it racist. She's like, everyone wants to live in Vancouver. I'm like,
how is that racist? You're selling out. You want to sell your personal bicycle. You're going to sell to the highest bidder. How is that racist?
Exactly. And she calls that racist, and I'm like, no, I'm just saying
that we sold out our country. That's what we did.
Yeah, and I wasn't saying anything derogatory. She's like, nope, they have every right to do it. I'm like, I didn't say they didn't have rights.
No, you go to China and get a job and see what happens.
Not happening.
Not going to happen. They won't give you an apartment. They won't even rent you on an apartment. Do you know why? Because you're a foreigner.
Yep.
They don't rent to foreigners. The rental agency there in Shanghai. My friend was going to work for the Chinese government, working for some geology crap, whatever it was. This is years ago. He went into the rent finder thing to find a place for him to live, because he was going to stay there for 8 months. And every time he applied for an apartment that he liked, they had to call the owner to make sure to let him know that it's a foreigner, and the owner will make the decision, yes or no.
Wow.
Oh, did you see that one? That apartment in Vancouver. It was the Airbnb, and they said that black people weren't allowed in the building.
I seen that. Yep, that was disgusting. I saw that on TMZ. Was it on TMZ? Some kind of American thing, and they were saying it's how black people are treated in certain areas or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it was disgusting the way that woman talked to that guy.
Yeah, she's saying, they don't allow black people in the building. I'm sorry. Because in Airbnb, I guess you don't have a picture of yourself, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it was on BET. And that's where I saw it. And I think she got kicked off of Airbnb, I hope.
Oh, no. That's racist.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways.
That's just freaking. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so for them to even have a mine Chinese only, that is worse than having a Newfoundland only. Because in a lot of parts of Fort Mac and the north side, they only hire Newfoundland people because they want to support their economy back home.
Mm-hmm. But that's
but it's worse because China is not part of Canada.
Yeah. Well, you know why I'm so upset about this is because how the Portuguese were treated in the early to mid 2000 and 2006, 7, 8, 9, and 10. How we were mass deported and we weren't welcome in the country and blah blah blah. And a lot of us had homes that we owned free and clear, and they didn't even give us a chance to sell our homes before they kicked us out of Canada.
I don't understand why Harper would do that.
I don't either. I don't either. So it is what it is. So it is. I even have my high school principal that I stay in touch with once in a while, and he knows about it. I every time I talk to him, do you remember that? He's like, "Yep." I don't even want to talk about it, Mike.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Crackdowns on illegal Portuguese families.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's. Maybe they thought they were too much of a competition for the...
I don't think it's any of that. I don't even think it's any of that. I think they just don't want... They just have a problem. Some countries have problems with other people, right? Like, I think people from Saudi Arabia, I think, aren't welcome, like, in Iran, right? I think people from Kuwait... Sorry, people from Saudi Arabia... Iraq are not welcome in Kuwait. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I guess maybe Portuguese are just not welcome in Canada. That's just... It is what it is.
Wow.
It is what it is. So it's not my country, right? So, I mean, I'm not going to make the rules here, right?
You were born here, right?
Oh, I was born in San Miguel.
Senegal?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Senegal, Africa?
No. Sputa Delgada.
The hell is that? Where?
It's in Portugal.
Oh, you're born in Portugal.
It's some islands. It's not even close. It's off the coast of Africa. Look at these islands, people. This is where hopefully I'm going to go back to die one day. They could just throw my
you know what? When you said that you only had 20 more years to live, that wasn't cool.
What?
I heard you say that on a video. You said you only have 20 or 25 more years to live.
24.
Okay. That's crazy.
Well, I'm 41.
Why would you want to die at 67?
65.
Why?
Oh, it's not that I want to die at 65. It's just, I don't know. I just want to. I want to be healthy and wealthy and wise at least until that age, so I can see my kids grow up and stuff. And that's all I care about. And
want to be okay until you're 65. Martin, I hope that fasting diet works for you, and then you can live till like 90.
Well, I hope God hears you. I really hope God hears you. Yeah. Yeah,
I hope he just ignored what you said about 65. So that's like, what?
My dad died at 66.
I know, but what did he die of again?
Cancer.
That was from smoking?
Nope. Nope. You listen to this. Are you ready for this? You're not going to believe this one either. You're going to think I'm making this up.
Okay, what was it?
He gets to BC. He's here for a couple of weeks. He doesn't feel well. He goes to the local Merritt Hospital, the little hospital.
Yeah.
They do a blood test. They're like, check this guy out. What's wrong with this guy? Boom. They're like, this guy's really sick. From one blood test, this guy is really sick. So they had to send him to Kelowna. Kelowna did tests. They did a biopsy. They're like, your dad has had cancer for about 5 years now.
Oh wow.
And I'm like, wow, that's effed. But he just had a biopsy. He does his blood work and does the checks for cancer. He does cancer checks and a biopsy, not biopsy, sorry, colonoscopy every year.
Yeah.
Guess what he had? Colon cancer.
How did they miss that?
You know what? The doctors in Kelowna said that the doctors in Ontario knew he had it, but they didn't want to deal with it. That's the only answer they could give me because there's no way, there's no way that even a basic blood test would catch how sick he was. There's no way he does blood work every 6 months and colonoscopy every year, and he has colon cancer. That's impossible, the doctor said. So they were demanding for the paperwork, the paperwork from Ontario, and they wouldn't even send the paperwork, eh?
Why? Oh, you know what it is? They don't want to admit fault. You know what I would do if I were you? I would demand the paperwork and then sue.
Yeah, probably sue their faces off.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because that's negligence.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that medical negligence, criminal? Well, not medical. Somebody's got to lose their job. Someone's got to lose their house.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. They just wanted to ignore it.
But you know what? It was in the back of my mind. What if it was because he was Portuguese?
Oh my God! I was gonna say that they just wanted to save money on the healthcare costs, but what does the doctor care about the healthcare costs, really?
Mm-hmm. If they're not paying out of their pocket, right?
Exactly.
So.
Oh my God!
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm trying to figure out what Portugal did. Portuguese, what have you done?
Are you looking it up?
Canada relations. I'm trying to figure out what you. I'm not saying it's his fault. What? Portuguese. So do you have brothers and sisters near you?
No, I'm an only child.
Wow. Portuguese and family relations. Portuguese and Canada. My God. I think you should. Have you found a lawyer, by the way?
Yeah, we're working on that right now as we speak. I'm gonna follow up with another lawyer tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm actually. Portuguese in Canada. 2013 bilateral trade. No. In Canada, deportation. Why? You really think? You know what? I believe you.
Mm-hmm.
They just hate Portuguese. I kind of have to take your word for it.
Mm-hmm.
Deportation. They just wanted you to die. They just wanted. That's right. Crackdown on illegal. He wasn't illegal.
Nope.
Foreign labor shown the door. Okay. Immigrants back for a second chance. I have no idea why they let him.
I don't know. All I could tell you that they've taken out a lot of articles too, eh? I have screenshots of a lot of articles. I have 600 screenshots of different articles.
Yeah.
And they're all disappearing. Even though the media says they'll never take down articles. They're taking it down to hide the history.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do that a lot. If you could send me some, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is just not adding up.
Well, it is what it is. That's the sad part. Sinbra says you could always go to Brazil, Mike, or Argentina. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of, there's a lot.
How about Philippines? If you have enough money, you can start yourself a nice little business there.
Oh, but you don't need a lot of money to start anything in the Philippines. You need like a couple of $1,000.
You should totally do that then.
Yeah, I'm thinking my wife wants to build a house. She has land there. So she has like, I think it's like 7 acres of land. So she wants to build like a little, on an island too.
Yeah. You should totally do that.
Mm-hmm.
Colon cancer. How do you get that? You have to have a family history, low fiber, high fat diet, sedentary lifestyle. Did he have diabetes? Was he smoking? Had obesity?
Nope. He was clean guy. Clean, never drank.
No radiation ever in his...
No.
Oh, wow. He just inherited it.
Yep. His mom and his aunt and his sister died from it.
There you go. So he should have been on the high radar.
Yep. But, yeah. Chrissy's saying Portuguese, Greeks, Italians, all hard workers. None of them immigrate here now. Yeah, no, they closed immigration from Europe.
Why is that?
Oh, they did it back in, I think it was 2001 or 1999.
What did the Europeans do?
They don't want Europeans in Canada anymore. They shut us out. Except if you're from France. They'll even pay for your ticket to come here.
That doesn't make sense to me. Their French are not hardworking. They want to work 35 hours a week. Max.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I really like? I like that Portuguese-style chicken.
Oh, yeah. The Nando's chicken, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I got a barbecue recently, and I've been grilling like wings and whatever, but I found the Nando's recipe, so it's just sweet paprika, oregano.
Pita sauce. Pidi.
Yeah. I want that chicken.
You could buy it. You could go to Walmart. They have it in a bottle already made. Pidi.
Yeah, I want the seasoning. And I want the sauce. Gotta put the oregano and the chili and the paprika, and then I'll put the sauce. And
yeah, you're making me hungry now, and I'm fasting. I can't eat till 12 tomorrow. Calm down.
What have you lost?
Huh? What was that?
How much weight have you lost?
I don't know, like 14 pounds.
Nice. Have you been lifting in your gym?
Sometimes I use the treadmill or the stair climber thingy.
Mm-hmm.
That's
no weight in your gym? Weights.
I have all the weights in my gym.
Do you use them?
Sometimes.
What's going on?
Well, I work all day, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You gotta put half an hour a day. I'd love to see you lift on video.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw you lifting on video.
Thank you. Yeah, I lift.
Mm-hmm. Do you still have your channel? I haven't seen your channel in ages.
I still have the channel. I blocked a whole bunch of people for calling me, like, some nasty names. I wonder if I have a stalker. I think my stalkers are coming out to get me. Because they started messaging me like, you're lazy as F. No. You tried to take a company. I'm like, I tried to take a company?
No, don't pay attention to that. Don't even waste your breath with that. It's not worth it.
No, I just blocked a whole bunch of people.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do lift a lot on video. Mostly of my videos are lifting.
Mm-hmm.
And I got my Weber grill there with that little rack of ribs.
Guys, this is San Miguel here in the where I'm from. This is the island I'm from. If you guys are watching. Yeah, this is where I'm from. I just moved back there, raised my family there, and done. I don't have to. Once Canada starts getting smart, it's over.
Starts getting smart?
Yeah. Once they start getting smarter.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean, you might lose your Canada pension, but you know what's really crazy? Because there's people who can come over here and never work and collect Canada pension.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it done before, and I'm like, what kind of scheme do you have to do that? But apparently you don't even need to be schemish.
Really?
Yeah, like there's older people of Chinese, of Somalian, of all types of descent that come here. They have never worked a day in their lives, Arab, whatever. They get Canada pension. It's like,
Wow.
how? And my friend's like, you just somehow they can fill out paperwork and get it. They get the very bare minimum, like it's almost the price of welfare. But how do you even get it called Canada pension? It should be called welfare. But no, she's like, nope. She got a grandmother from Lebanon, never worked a day in her life, has
Wow.
Canada pension.
Holy crap. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's like why. Like apparently, my generation is not going to get much of a Canada pension.
Yeah, me too. That's why, I'm there too. I'm with you too on this. Trust me, I'm not gonna have anything too. I'm gonna be 65 in 24 years, right? Or sorry, 24 years. So
So, are you a generation? What's it called? Generation X or what was it? What's it called?
X. Yeah,
What year is that?
I was born in 78.
So Generation X, the years is
I think it's 1970 to 19.
it's 1961 to 1981.
Yes.
So my parents are Generation X.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yep. I ain't getting a pension or nothing. But yeah, I am hoping that Trump does buy Alberta, not just like a dream of mine, but I would prefer him buy Alberta than Greenland.
Yeah, Greenland. Well, Greenland's nice, right? I don't even know how Denmark thinks they own it. So if Denmark owns Greenland, then Portugal owns Brazil. What the hell?
Yeah.
Only certain countries were allowed to keep their colonies, but the Portuguese weren't, even though they had it more built up nicely and more organized and more. Oh, trust me, I'm not going to get into that tonight. I'm done. Anyways, Rhoda, I'm going to let you go because I'm falling asleep. It's almost 1 a.m. here.
It's 1:35 here.
Yeah, it's almost 1 here, so I'm gonna hit the hay in a few minutes, and thank you for spending your time with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Oh, by the way, I went to Dawson for the first time today, and I thought it was beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Dawson's Creek. It's a beautiful little small town. Everything's on one street, basically.
Oh, isn't that from the TV show?
Dawson's Creek. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, that one.
To be over.
Right?
I want my house in El Paso right now.
Let me see if I could find it here. Peter Griffin sings. Dawson's Creek. Oh, with a new Toyota or something.
Greenland is located.
Yeah, northeast of Canada.
So not far from us?
Well, it's northeast of us, yeah. No, northeast of Canada, yeah. Then further east, you hit Iceland.
Greenland has been politically and culturally associated with Europe, specifically Norway and Denmark in the colonial powers, as well as nearby islands of Iceland.
Yep.
The majority of its residents are Inuits.
Why are the Danish there? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's weird. And the majority of their ancestors are Inuits, and I thought Inuits were Canadians.
No. They're all over the world.
Okay. Whose ancestors migrated from Alaska through northern Canada, gradually settling across the islands by the 13th century. Okay, great. So there are Inuits here. Okay.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the population is largely concentrated with southwest coast of Ireland, Greenland. They have some 5 municipalities of Kulahaka, Kwaka.
You could read that?
I have Kwaka, Bananata.
You could actually read that?
I did it.
Oh.
So when I had an interview with Greenland, I was wondering why there were so many Chinese people in Greenland. Turns out they're Inuits.
Oh, I see with it because the facial. I get Eskimos. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, there's so many Chinese people in Greenland, and then turns out they're Inuits. And Inuits, they got a little bit that Chinese look into them.
The Asian look, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, when we went to Yukon, the Yukon has lots of Inuits too.
Yep, for sure.
Beautiful place. I think the Yukon was beautiful.
Yeah, that land's precious, but we're losing it all.
Yeah, I would consider moving to the Yukon if I got work.
Yeah, like a high-paying job, like $60 an hour or something. You need to make a lot of money to live up there because everything's imported.
A lot of money, but I would prefer it to be give me housing, and I'll come stay there for 3 weeks and head home once a week.
That's nice. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta go.
All right.
Okay, bye. Bye.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye. All right, so that's our girl Rhoda from West Africa, who lived in lives in Alberta right now. Hold on, the Raven messaged me. Sri Lanka prints billions. The first story to come up with this one, if you want. I found it interesting. We expect as we watch multiple small dominoes fall, waiting for the inevitable. And yes, I'm up at 4:55 in the morning on the weekend reading about the economy. There's the Raven, guys. Oh, I don't know why he's awake. I'm tired. So let's play this up before I go.
I don't want to wait for my lunch to get colder. Why can't I eat it now?
Yeah.
I don't want to wait for the new Toyota. I want the car that's got a lot of gas.
Yep. I don't even know what I'm looking at there, and I'm going to just close that. I don't want to wait. I'm tired. Okay, guys, I'm going to go to sleep so I can do morning market talk. It looks like the markets are going to take another slide tomorrow, so I want to be awake for that. Raven's got his puts in for tomorrow. Yeah, he laid a bunch of shorts. The great Canadian white short. All right, guys, it looks like the computer's doing well. I wasn't sure if the computer was okay. It's another computer I got. It's a lot better than the one I have, and it's way better than the one I have. It's a 3 or 4 generations newer, so good video card, good everything. It was an old gaming PC somebody sold me for $100, but it's good. The tower's like 3 feet tall. Lord Humongous wants me to take him to Portugal one day, buddy. We'll go to the Azores. This is the Azores, man. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I'm going to take my kids back there. If they like it, we're going to stay. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. This unexpected Mike of the Night. God bless everybody. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll be up. I'm going to try really hard to get up really early tomorrow morning for this, okay? So we could talk about what's happening with what's going on here with countries building, printing money off, printing machines going full blast. Today, this in a couple of hours on Mike in the Night, or Mike in the morning market talk. I'm tired. Good night. Bye.